È probabile che. Forse. Magari. These are all different ways to express probability in Italian. But I bet your question is: allora, what is the difference? Can you explain? Yes, I can. I also have a PDF guide for you that you can print and access anytime at italianmatters.com/24. Pronti? Iniziamo! Ciao, my name is Margherita. Mi chiamo Margherita, host of this podcast, language trainer and content creator for Italian learners. Today we are going to see how to express probability in Italian in the most common ways. The first way is è probabile che. È probabile che. This is perhaps the simplest formula for expressing probability in Italian. Probabile translates to probable, likely. And with this phrase, è probabile che, it is probable that, we want to express that a fact, an event, they are not certain, but there is a probability that they are going to happen. For example, è probabile che domani venga mia sorella. It is likely, it is probable that my sister will come tomorrow. È probabile che. The second expression that we can use to talk about probability in Italian is forse and also magari. Forse and magari can be confusing when learning Italian because they both translate to English maybe. But they have different uses. They have a specific small difference that you need to know so that you can use forse and magari correctly. Forse indicates probability, but with no emotional involvement on the speaker part. For example, forse arriva alle 10. Maybe he arrives at 10. In this case, I'm saying that maybe he arrives at 10 at this specific time, but I don't care if he does arrive or if he does not arrive. I'm not emotionally involved with the situation, so I use forse. Magari also means maybe, but it also implies a certain desire, hope, emotional involvement. And so we can also translate magari with I wish, if only. For example, magari arriva alle 10. Maybe he arrives at 10. It's the same translation of before when we used forse, but in this case I am hopeful that he arrives at 10. I hope that this happens. There is some sort of emotional involvement and so I use magari. Remember that forse cannot replace magari in sentences that express a desire. For example, magari potessi mangiare una pizza. I wish I could eat a pizza. In this case, magari takes the meaning of I wish, and for this reason, forse here cannot be used. Finally, it is also possible to express probability in Italian by simply using a verb. How easy! Che facile! The future tense in Italian, mostly in spoken language, is used to express probability, approximation. For example, saranno le 8. It is probably 8. In this case, we are using the future tense, saranno, to express probability, approximation. It is probably 8. Another example. Avrà una trentina d'anni. is probably 30 years old. Again, here we are using the future tense. Avrà, to express probability, approximation e supposition. Quindi, so we have seen the three main ways to express probability in Italian. The first one, which I believe is the most simple one, è probabile che. It is likely, it is probable that. The second one, forse and magari. In English, they translate to maybe, but forse does not imply any emotional involvement, while magari implies some sort of hope of emotional involvement. And then the future tense to express the probability, approximation, supposition. Now I have 2 action steps for you. First, download the guide at italianmatters.com/24 and then join me in the Italian Matters Club on Facebook. Simply search on Facebook Italian Matters Club and you will find a private community of Italian learners just like you on their Italian language learning journey. This is where we help and support each other, talk about everything Italian language and culture. E infine, if this episode was helpful, can you leave a review? This will help us reach more and more Italian language learners so that they know how to express probability in Italian. Grazie di essere stati qui con me. Thank you for being here with me today and for spending some time learning Italian. Ci sentiamo giovedì prossimo. Ciao!